Good morning, my faithful loyal YouTube subscribers. It is Tuesday. It is June 2nd. The year is 2020. So today is National Blackout Day on social media like Twitter and Instagram, and I'm not sure if Facebook's involved in it. And a lot of people are putting a black image on their so their pictures. They normally post the pictures of them smiling, working out, half naked pictures. They gonna just do a blank screen for support of Black Lives Matter. Okay, sounds great, y'all. If you niggas don't get up and get involved and start voting, this bullshit of Black Lives Matter, black screens, marching, protesting, yelling, screaming, rioting, none of this will achieve the goals that you're trying to achieve if you won't walk into a polling booth, if you won't run for political office. I have talked to so many people the past few days. None of these people registered to vote. None of them see any importance in voting. None of them want to participate in voting. None of them feel their vote counts. They've come up with every excuse and reason under the sun why they have not voted for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But you expect change to happen because you threw a brick through a window downtown. Waste of time. But anyway, they out there. It's mind-boggling to me that you won't change, but you won't participate in the system because you feel the system's against you. The system might be against you because you ain't participating in it and you're not involved in it. You get involved in it, you can change the system. Like I said, these people have, the Republicans in particular, have spent years and billions of dollars to keep you from voting. They don't want you to vote because they know the power of your vote and what you can change here in this country. They want you to do exactly what you're doing. Nothing. Sitting at home, yelling and screaming, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. They don't give a damn about y'all having no justice, peace. They sitting up in multi-million-dollar homes up in Buckhead. Ain't think about y'all gated. Run up there and try to burn down some of those houses and see what happens. I bet you they'll start shooting and killing protesters then. All y'all are sticking to stores and retail stores and Nike and all that stuff. They'll let you steal all that shit. Nike don't give a damn. But you run up there and start pillaging those houses. All in streets up in Morningside, Virginia, Highlands, and Buckhead, or any of these white middle class or upper middle class neighborhoods all over the United States. Run up into Hollywood Hills, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and start touching them white folks shit and see what happens. See, they don't care about these stores and these businesses because they all insured or whatever. They just don't care. This has been going on for decades and nothing has ever changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing's going to change because y'all don't want to participate. I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall when I bring this up to people. But I have to keep bringing it up because if you don't vote and you don't participate, how can you expect something to change? Nothing will change. It will remain the same. I have family members who won't vote, friends who won't vote. I'm just like, wow. The more I talk to people, I realize there are a hell of a lot of black folks who just said, I ain't voting because I don't see no need to. So they don't vote. And they don't participate, but they'll march up and down Peachtree Street wearing out a good pair of Nikes. They'll run around with their fist in the air. It just, in the internet, well, every time I think about this internet and how some of this stuff needs to be just downright banned. Facebook and Instagram, the owner of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg and all these other people who run Facebook and Instagram, horrible people. Even the black people who work for these companies that said these are racist companies. It's almost to the point like I've said for years I was going to delete my Facebook pages. I use Facebook to promote my YouTube channel and some of this other stuff that I'm doing. But it just reaches a point where you say, gosh, you just want to step away from dealing with, we need our own I wish some blacks would create their own type of social media so we won't have to use Mark Zuckerberg's shit and his Instagram and all this other stuff, because there's so many blacks who use this stuff. Like, we'd be better well spent creating our own platforms where we won't allow certain entities to take over and spread false lies, false information, false media stories, everything fake, conspiracy theory, all kinds of nonsense that I see all day up and down Instagram, mainly Facebook though. So, I don't know. Y'all won't change, but you don't want to participate. Y'all won't change, but you think marching up and down the streets and tearing stuff up, even though I don't think most protesters set out that way. I know there's a double-edged sword. There's something else going on in the background here when you have these groups luring in protesters to protest under the guise of peaceful protesting, and you have groups who have ulterior motives who are running around with these peaceful protesters, throwing bricks and causing harm and burning and doing all this stuff. Now, yesterday, I saw that news report where that young lady, that couple, this teacher's upside down, the couple was harassed because they said they were out. Okay, these are college-educated students. Let me clarify something because y'all didn't understand what I was saying. These two college-educated students couldn't tell me they didn't know what was going on in downtown Atlanta. AU Center's on the other side of downtown. They drove through the heart of downtown, right by Centennial Park. They said they from out of state. Possibly they didn't know the direction they came was going down. Where were they going to get some food at? They said they were going to get something to eat. They could have went. There was a ton of restaurants near the AU Center, all around the AU Center, or even back in the West End. They say they were going to get something to eat, right? They say they were part of this. They didn't know what was going on downtown. Who could they right now wouldn't know that there was rioting, looting, and protesting going on downtown? It had been going on for 2 days at this point. Or 3 days. Or when this incident happened. And I'm not saying the officers are being charged with crimes today. The officers are going to charge them around 11:30. The DA is going to charge them. Although he's facing criminal charges himself pretty soon. But anyway, it's a whole nother video. That man Howard has been in the office forever. Time for him to go. I don't think he's seeking re-election though. Common sense would say, if I'm a protester and I'm out protesting peacefully, holding up my sign, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, walking down the street, and I see people tearing stuff up and tearing things, burning shit and looting all this stuff, I'm going to say, okay, it's time for me to go home because this ain't what I came out here to do. I'm not going to keep walking. No justice, no peace, with all this mayhem and confusion that's going on around me, putting my life at risk because they tearing shit up for me to get injured. No. I'm going to get my car and go home. First time, if I ain't going to be out there marching up and down nobody's street talking about no justice, no peace, you can forget that bullshit. So, these two students said they were going to get something to eat. They're from out of state. Maybe they didn't know what was going on downtown. Maybe they got lost. Maybe the GPS was taking them in a direction that the GPS they didn't have the Niggerville app, but they warned them. There's some crazy folks downtown Atlanta. Don't go that direction. I find this hard to believe though. That they can't all the way over to where they were situated at the downtown. They're not far from the AU Center. I mean, not that far, but there were tons of restaurants in their vicinity. There's a great restaurant they miss. I know about this called Mr. Everything on MLK Drive, right near the AU Center. Great salads and foods and chicken. Check out Mr. Everything today. Black-owned, great business, Black Power. Now, I will support that. And if y'all want me to help support black businesses and do that, send me the information. I love to support black businesses. I love Mr. Everything. Send me the names of these restaurants and stuff. Great. There are some great establishments. I'm assuming they didn't get burned up or beat up on. That would I don't think nothing was going on in the West End though. But they drove past some great restaurants to get to. They end up in police custody. Is all I'm trying to say. Clearly, something went wrong with their GPS. I would have been heading towards downtown. I drove all through the city that same day, and I avoided downtown. I knew what was going on down there. So when I'm gonna go there. There were other places they could have went and got food to eat at. And I'm sure, well, but listen, I know we all want change. We all want some positive to come out of this man's death. We don't want to see other people dying like this, because it could have been me or any one of my family members. Anyone could have been held down on that ground and killed by these crazy officers. I understand they are going to charge all 4 officers. At least that's what the Attorney General from Minnesota said he's going to do. So we have to see what happens. Maybe he will be able to get all 4 of the 3 remaining officers charged. And maybe Minnesota's had some difficult time over the past few years. They've had so many incidents over in Minnesota. A lot of you may not understand this, but a lot of people a lot of blacks who live in Minnesota are from Chicago. They fled Chicago and went to Minnesota. So, looking for a better life. Same like people fled Chicago and New York and came to Atlanta looking for a better life. Everybody constantly looking for something better. And sometimes, that's another video. I didn't even go into that. But they might be searching for something that just really don't exist in large cities. But I'm dealing with so many friends who moved here from different states. Many of them still have their driver's license for the state from which they came from. They've had it for a while, a year or 2. They haven't planted roots here in Atlanta, but they live here. They've been here for maybe 2, 3, 4 years. They haven't got, when you get your driver's license here in Georgia, they ask you, do you want to register to vote? They can register you to vote right there at the same time that you get your license. You don't have to do nothing else, just say yes. And they're just putting the system to you, your address will direct you to your polling booth right there near you, where you live, at the address you have your driver's license. I voted for years. I am a convicted felon, and I still vote, because I can vote. Once you completed your sentence and stuff, I completed them sentences decades ago. Once you're off probation, parole, whatever they gave you, you can vote here in Georgia. All this shit about felons can't vote. In Georgia, you can vote once you're off parole, probation, you can vote. So I don't pay that no attention. People need to get up and vote. But you got to believe that your vote can make a difference, so you can get up and make it. But your vote can make a difference. Although I may have some things to say about Atlanta. Atlanta ain't perfect. But you do have a black mayor, black police officers, no, they're not perfect. I've had my run-ins with the police, and I can honestly say I've ran into some great police officers here in Atlanta. I don't know. I don't smart talk people. I don't talk smart to people. I'm not one of these people that's going to be arguing with somebody and acting a fool any damn way. Whether it's a police officer or a clerk at Macy's, or I'm in the Apple store and they done took 10 customers in front of me, but I've been standing here for 20 damn minutes waiting, and they realized, oop, they skipped past me. I could raise some hell then, but I didn't. I said, okay, y'all forget my name was on this list. How'd this happen? Shit happens, so. It's unfortunate. I think that my biggest issue with Atlanta is that I think these jobs don't pay a lot. And people move here for opportunities that don't exist. I mean, they came up, it's like this fantasy world here. Atlanta's just like any other urban city with a lot of poverty, poor blacks struggling to survive, low wages, no jobs, no decent jobs, no way to scale up. No, racism still plays a key role in the positions. There's just a lot of stuff going on here that you'd be better off moving down the middle of the country and creating your farm. I don't know. Trying to survive in Atlanta, that's another whole story. But you have to get up and participate and vote. We are not participating in voting in large numbers. This has been going on for decades. Only time blacks got up in record numbers and voted was those 2 elections for President Barack Obama. And then they forgot all about voting again after that. They didn't vote before Barack Obama. They voted for him, and then they stopped voting right after him. They didn't vote for the midterm elections. They didn't show up for their officials. They don't show up for their mayors. They sometimes do show up for their mayors if they have mayors that they like. There's just a lot that we need to participate in. But trying to get people to understand that our vote does matter is complicated. So, like I started off this video, so today is the day they're going to do blackouts on Instagram. They need to be deleting their Instagram pages, as we know, like I know, and be finished with Mark Zuckerberg and his foolishness. Instagram is owned by Facebook, so there really is. I don't know what they hope to achieve by showing black images in support of Black Lives Matter. I mean, we all support Black Lives Matter. Who wouldn't? We all black. Financially, it's not going to hurt. Instagram, not showing a black picture. I mean, I don't know how Instagram makes its money off. I think ads, so they can still have ads rolling in between these black pictures. I don't know. You know. Anyway, I just hope people do get involved. Oh, and don't forget around it. In the midst of all this protest and stuff, we seem to already forgot there's the coronavirus. Where is it? Hey, the coronavirus, still killing people. The coronavirus, hey, coronavirus. It's the coronavirus. It's still out there, still harming people in large numbers, still going after black folks. People are still dying in hospitals and all around us. Hospitals are still having problems. I know some of y'all think, ain't nobody in the hospital. It's all fake. I think as this year progresses and we get that second wave, we might hit the summertime a few weeks from now after all this shit didn't happen. With these protesters out there yelling and screaming all over the United States, we're going to see a summer wave. It takes about, 5 to 14 days or 21 days before it could be a catastrophe. I hope not, but who knows? I think we're probably going to see a major resurgence this fall. And don't even get me started on Donald Trump. I'm going to do another video about him holding up that damn Bible. But anyway, I haven't been all over the map with this damn video today. But today it is Tuesday, June 2nd, the year 2020. I'll come back and talk about Donald Trump and his Bible holding hands in a minute. But I just want to talk about these protesters. And, y'all, we got to get up and start voting. We got to get involved. I don't even know how to even get this message across to people because some people have given up. I'm literally talking to people my age who've never voted. And I'm just in shock. Like, you never voted? They never. They don't have a criminal record. They just don't feel there's any importance in voting. They won't go vote. So what can you do? Anyway, I'm out of here. Like I said, it's Tuesday, June 2nd, the year 2020. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your day.